Hi, Linda Bowen here from stampingwithlinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is a very special video as it is my creative fold, but this is an original creative fold that was created by one of my team members, Kim Baker. So a huge shout out to her. She spent a lot of hours designing this card, and it was part of my product challenge. So I sent product to my downline, and they needed to create a card for the competition. And so this is a sample of the card that she used. I'm going to have a link on my blog for the actual card that she made, but I took her idea and ran with it. So I cased her idea, and now this card is mine. And so what I used was our corrugated paper so that it would bend, and when it opens, your window design disappears, and there you have your card. So I'm calling this a peekaboo window card. So I want to show you how I made it. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of rose red. I have already scored this. This measures 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and it's scored at the 3-inch mark. Then I used the Designer Series paper, Love Blossoms. It's a paper stack, and you can see it's got pretty hearts on the other side. Love this paper stack because it is very Valentine on one side but neutral on the other. So if you don't use it all for Valentine's or for anniversary cards, whatever, you can use it for other things. Next, what I have is my window. Now I've already cut this out with my framelit, and you will notice that I have a little window lace in there. So I've got that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my dimensionals, and I want my dimensionals to be very, very small. So I'm going to use the edge of my frame, or my dimensionals, and I'm just going to cut because I want dimensionals up towards the top of my frame, but I need them, like I said, very, very close to that edge so that my peekaboo window will pop out. So I'm going to put 4 of those up at the top. And did I cut 4 out? I thought I did. Oh, maybe not. Let's go back in here and trim. And then I took another piece of that Love Blossom paper stack. Well, now I'm being challenged with my, there it is, dimensionals. And I cut it 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And you know what? I needed to put that in there before I put, no, that's good. I can do it this way. Sorry, senior moment. So I'm going to release those dimensional pieces. Again, make sure they're as close as possible to the top edge of your picture frame. I'm going to take that Designer Series paper, and I'm going to lay that on top. And I'm going to use my snail and adhere that picture frame. Now I see I've got that a little high, so I'm just going to go in and trim a little bit. And trim a little bit down here. Very good. Now I'm going to just kind of place that in the middle of that score line. Then I have a piece of my corrugated cardstock, or corrugated paper. This measures 3 by 9 1/2. If you have not seen this, it comes in white and it comes in craft, and I'm going to score it at the 4 3/4, or just fold it over. And then I'm going to bring in my rose red ink pad and a sponge, and I'm just going to sponge that to get away from that bold white. When Kim did her card, she did it with cardstock, and bending it in and out of the window, I just found that the corrugated paper just made it bend easier. So I've got that. I'm going to add some snail. And then I'm just going to place this in between that window and that designer series paper so that I get a good placement. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead. Let's see if I can get that. Once you've done it a couple times, then it goes in smooth. So you just gotta encourage it a little bit. There it goes. And so you want that all the way over so that it hides your window completely. Then you're just going to take that adhesive and put that right in so that you just know that it's lined up perfectly. I have already taken my window scene. This is from the new Happy Home stamp set. This matches, again, that window. Just a perfect little match. So I'm going to take my snail and I'm just going to pull that back out. And I'm going to add that to that corrugated. And I think maybe I need a little bit more. Maybe you will find that fast fuse or your tear and tape, because it's corrugated. Now I used my aqua painter when I colored that scene. When you check out Kim's, she actually put baker's twine on the kite string, which really added to that. Again, this starts working a lot better once your corrugated gets loosened up. So there it is, like so. I'm going to open that back up. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my lots of labels. I've already cut that out with the lots of labels. It says, "Dear friend." When Kim made her card, she used ribbon on the side. I'm just going to put a little verse right here, like so. Then I have already stamped on a 2 1/4 by 4 1/4 a Whisper White and used the words from that set. And I'm going to mount that on, oops, you can see I made a mistake on this side. That's the great thing about God making two sides of the paper. So when you make a mistake, we can just flip it over. And then I'm also going to layer that on a piece of crumb cake. This measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. And layer that. And then I'm going to put that on the inside of my card. I am just so in love with this design. Like I said, when you move it back and forth a while, then it opens up easier. But then that piece just goes right on your corrugated. And there you have it, a peekaboo window card. Thanks so much for sharing this with us, Kim. And until next time, bye-bye.